All right, another form, this is the one we're talking about mostly today, is the standard form. So you'll see the standard form, you got ax squared plus bx plus c. You've used this form when you did the quadratic formula back in Algebra 1. But first thing we are going to do is find the axis of symmetry. Now to find it, when you're given it in standard form, you use this equation. Now this equation will show up, so you don't need to worry. I mean, you could pause here and write the steps if you want, but these steps are a bit overcomplicated. So the formula is the opposite of b over 2a, and you get those numbers from the original formula. The vertex, So let's try it out. Hang out with me for this first one. All the steps are here, and then you'll try graph one on your own. And after you do this 3 or 4 times, you are going to be a pro. I promise you. Consider the function f of x equals x squared minus 4x plus 6. Determine whether the graph opens upward or downward. Really, you just have to look right here. If it's positive, then it's going to open upward. And if that was negative, it would be facing downward. Okay, so we know that. Here, we'll write it upward. Find the axis of symmetry, negative b over 2a. So we're just filling in some blanks here. So b is negative 4, and a is positive 1. So again, earlier I said opposite of b, which is kind of a good way to think about this, because this is negative 4, which the opposite of negative 4 would become positive 4. Denominator 2 times 1 is 2. 4 divided by 2 is 2. So this is going to be the line that perfectly divides our graph in half. And that's also what we are immediately going to substitute in for x in the original equation. So finding the vertex, we're going to say f of 2, meaning we are substituting in 2 for all the x values, equals x squared minus 4x plus 6. 2 squared is 4. 4 times 2 is 8. 4 minus 8 is negative 4. And negative 4 plus 6 is 2. So we put in 2 as x. We got out 2 as y. So our domain was 2, our range was 2. There is our vertex, the point where it is going to change directions. Now it says find the y-intercept. The y-intercept is the easiest part because it's just whatever's at the end. So that's like saying if we put in 0, we're going to get out 6. So if we plot that, 0, 6 is right there. We've got half our parabola ready to go. So what we can do with the axis of symmetry is if you find a point on one side of the axis of symmetry, you can reflect it to the other side. So if you look, this dot at 0, 6 is 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces away from the axis of symmetry. So we can go 1, 2, 3, 4 the other direction. Boom, we've got ourselves a parabola. It's so much fun to graph parabolas. I love graphing parabolas. You know the song. Sing along, kids. I don't know if I did it on the next slide. So I'll stop it here, and I'd like you to try the one on the next slide. Well, let me make sure there's a next slide first. Oh, yeah. See if you could do this, and we'll go over it together as well.